Okay. We're somehow doing it. We're live again. A little later than usual for this week, as it has been. But I think I'm getting efficient. It's only me. Good morning. Happy Hot Friday. We're on Madison Avenue here. Good morning. Nabul is here. Good morning. Bagels and Wakshan is here as well. Good morning. So I'll cross this way since I can. Marisol, good morning. Robert T, good morning. Bear in the Garden, good morning. Mirko B, good morning. Happy Go Lucky's at 17 months, good morning. Thanks for that support. Jason Freeman is here. Acknowledge him like Roman Reigns, but don't see him like John Cena. Florian Schwartz, happy talking in elevator day. Oh man, that gives me anxiety. Johnny Lee, good morning. Sandra T, good morning. Andrew Gordon, good morning. Carl Skis, good morning. RJ Jones, good morning. Norell here, good morning. It's Friday. Not sure where this TLC car is going, but everyone's inching already. Quentin Namath, good morning. Thanks, Marisol. Linengram, good morning. I'm sweating already. Colleen, good morning. Aloha S, aloha. Good morning. Mona, good morning. Graham McCoy, good morning. I guess we'll go through Madison Square Park since we're on Madison Avenue. Stephen Schober, good morning. Nicolas, good morning. Cars are turning, and you can see that's looking east, so that's where the sunrise is. Doug, John Costello, good morning. RJ's here, good morning. Happy Go Lucky's back from San Diego Comic-Con. How did that go? Fred Lewis, good morning. It's going to be a hot day. Yeah, it is a hot day here. Maybe not as hot as yesterday, but if it's above 90 degrees, it's not pleasant for me. A book. And that breakfast cart was also preparing bacon because I could smell it. Let's see, who else do I see? I see Alyssa Stember, good morning. Sue Pitchford is here, good morning. Rogerio, good morning. Doomsday Tonight, good morning. I finished all the Black Mirror episodes. What an odd but entertaining show. It's like modern Twilight Zone. Sandy, good morning. We're in Washington Square Park, where they got some sort of art going on. Looks like the lawn has completely recovered from last year's art, which had like a little river or something flowing through. Kiana, good morning. Bacon is meat candy, yes. Peter and the Birds are here. Sally Struthers, 76. Bill Bradley's 80. Jackie Kennedy Onassis would have been 94. Ah. Your booth had the best San Diego show ever? Nice. Didn't I see Action Kid just go live in San Diego? Did he do anything at the Comic-Con over there? I missed it. If he did. Can't really tell if anyone's going this way. No, it doesn't look like it. Unless we got the light. I think there were questions last stream about if the Flatiron building still had scaffolding and netting around it. And it does. You know, if the building is empty, as the last reports have said, in terms of actual clients and renters and whatnot, then I'm assuming there's no rush on the... Actually, I take back everything I said. I see a worker on the scaffolding, or whatever you call that specific part of it. That's on the outside of the building. So they're doing work on it. That's good. It's not just sitting there, that means. The T-Mobile store's on pause, though, it seems. Spring 2023, it said, is when the new store is coming. Well, that ship has sailed. Andrew Stevens, good morning. Noah's here, good morning. Still in the 70s, although I would also say it's already in the 70s. Woof. I don't like it to be in the 70s before 8 a.m. It's just, it's not a good sign to me. I'm already sweating, I'm uncomfortable. Well, actually, you know, I'm also probably sweating and uncomfortable because my backpack weighs a good 30 pounds. At least last I weighed it. Maybe a few pounds lighter now because the gimbal's not in it. But I am always ready to go. But can you even go to Comic-Con in San Diego anymore if you were there same day and you just wanted to buy a ticket? Or is it also one of the ones where you have to buy it all months in advance? Because that was my first experience with a Comic-Con ever, when I happened to be in San Diego coincidentally, and I saw a bunch of people dressed up, and I've never even heard of Comic-Con at that point. And then looked into it, and that's how I found my first Comic-Con in 2006 in San Diego. And I just bought a ticket, went right in. No problem. For the middle of winter, Norrell's getting some nice weather. Yeah, 64 degrees here in the winter would be quite unusual, but it has happened. There was a January that it's happened during. Jim North, good morning. Appreciate that. Yuri, good morning. Dana have a Disneyland also. Nice. Animal House was released 45. Animal House is 45 years ago? Wow. World War I began 109 years ago. I hope it ends. What was I dressed as back then? Guy in shorts and t-shirt. It snowed in Colorado for RJ in June. I don't know. I think some people go to Comic-Con to meet celebrities because they have those official autograph booths. Others go for the pop culture. Others go to see the cosplay. Others goes to participate in the cosplay. Others go for panels. Some go for all of the above. There's a lot of things to do at Comic-Con. If you're in that kind of a hobby world, you know, you kind of have to have some sort of interests to find it interesting, but you know, interests that align with the themes of the Comic-Con. Oh, wait, the celebrities couldn't even go to Comic-Con because of the strike? I thought it was just a writer's strike. Who's writing things for Comic-Con? Because that's more like for the fans now. That's not really, I don't know. If they wanted to really do it, they should just not charge for the autographs then. I don't know. Yeah, like why can't they just they could just, yeah, I don't know. Actors can promote themselves, but it's not movies. Yeah, that's fine, right? Cassandra, good morning. I'm really surprised about the missing actors because of the strike. Because that's one of the draws of Comic-Con. It's not like the Comic-Con goers are doing anything to undermine the meaning behind the strike, I would say. I don't know. That's just me. Oliver Rock, good morning. Have a great weekend too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having this weekend to relax because I've been working. This is my 12th day in a row of work. And this whole week I've been kind of on my own as a temporary single parent. So I could use a little rest. I'm ready. Much respect to those who have to do that full time. Oh, your worst day used to be Saturday because of all the big panel activity, and now was the lightest. So yeah, I guess the panels make sense because the panels are usually done to promote something. But autograph tables, you know. Baby Commuter might go out to Grandma's again, and that'll really give me a moment to unwind. I don't personally find it relaxing to go out to Long Island. My idea of relaxing is to be at home and maybe clean up finally and play a little bit on the computer. I've actually I played Remnant 2 a little bit, and I've been kind of enjoying. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't ready for how hard it's going to be. I was surprised. That's what I was trying to say. But it was. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I understand that's kind of like a Dark Souls-esque game. It's also kind of nice to kind of go into one of those games not knowing anything other than it sounded kind of cool. There's a lot of times you go into these games that you're waiting for months to come out, and then you know exactly how it's going to be, for the most part, minus like the full gameplay and story, but you have an idea. This one I had no idea. Anyway. Maki, good morning. You know, Bagels Walk. I think I'd like a dull day at this point. Juan got a VR set. You're stuck on Roller Coaster 360 vids. Juan, check out. See if my 360 recordings look all right on that. I'm curious, and try to put them in 8K if you can, and let me know how they look in VR if you want. No pressure. Prince Ice is here. Good morning. Juan does 13 days and then works and then takes the 14th off then back. Isn't that illegal or something? I guess maybe in the same job it might be. I have no idea. Action Kid was in Williams, Arizona last night, so he's really making his way across the states now, I guess. Are the hot dogs any decent in New York? I mean, it's one of the things that I feel like people associate with New York, like Nathan's, and that's about it. Maybe not like Chicago, but you know. Robin, good morning. Oh, Quentin's at 3 months. Thanks for that support, Quentin. Sorry, I missed it before. I'm kind of all over the place as I ramble on. Am I paying attention to the congressional hearings? I am not. I am not. Best street vendor to get food from? I think that's kind of subjective. I love the halal street meat carts. But there are some like famous stands, like the Dosa Man is in Washington Square Park later on in the day. All the breakfast carts are great. There's options. I didn't know this about Chicago, but apparently Chicago does not allow street carts. Jason Freeman told me about that. Do they allow fruit stands? Wait. Why is Peregrina muted in the chat? What happened? Did something really? Andy, good morning, and thanks for letting us know. I guess I have to look into that later. I don't know why Peregrina would be muted. I think we can make it. There are a few Teslas on this block that I noticed. Probably Huda Dave. Yeah, my understanding was for hygiene reasons also. Who are the main walking live streamers in Chicago, if there are any kind of routine Chicago walkers? Aunt Esther, good morning. That was a little odd. Was RJ heading off? Good to see you, RJ. Thanks for popping in. Steve Barker, good morning. Jay Bear, good morning. Ohio's getting a heat warning. I think they're saying our excessive heat advisory ends tonight. Although I don't fully understand that because apparently that school bus gonna go or not? Apparently it's gonna be in the 90s again tomorrow. Blocking channels in 4K in Chicago? Gotcha. Feel free to drop any names if you know any off the top of your head. Stephen Averill, good morning. Stephen McIntyre, good morning. I need to do more 360 videos. A 360 going down Washington Muse would be nice, but it wouldn't be very long, so it would probably have to be like a combined Washington Park, Washington Muse experience. Oh, folks take out their dogs here? That sounds like a grand old time. Yeah, Washington Square Park is an interesting one. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here, especially as it gets a little bit more crowded. Weekends and people in the fountain and music. I don't know how it is these days, but the west side of the park used to be kind of where there were questionable activities. Allie, good morning. Shelly Ann, good morning. This is really like the central hub of NYU also. It's kind of the middle of it all. Betty, good morning. The name of the fenced road area? Oh, Washington Muse. M-E-W-S. Like a cat, I guess. Sprinklers are on, that's what it looks like when a bunch of them are on over a specific field. Fountain, arch, remains picturesque. Ambrose, good morning. That's right, Andy. I don't know if we'll keep this stream to as long as usual Friday streams. I feel like I do want to make up on time a little bit. Saw the Freedom Tower there in the background. Let's see, we've been going for 20 minutes. It's 7:30 now. All right, we got a little time. TH, good morning. Tom, good morning. Yeah, decently clean today. After the weekend, we'll see. The dog run is in a pretty busy state right now. mean, it could be busier, but yeah, it's 7:30 in the morning. I mean, this is my second stream of the day, technically. You know, if you count right after waking up, I guess. Hup, I got jokes. Alan, good morning. Marie to Norway, good morning. Grivy, good morning. What kind of tree is that over there? The one with the darker leaves, I don't know. Tim Tams, huh? Little treats. That's right, Amber, there's lots of pressure. The YouTube emojis are showing up huge. Ron, no, I guess, I mean, it's kind of up to Prism as to how they interpret whatever changes YouTube has made. And no, they just look the same to me. LA had a nice thunderstorm last night, that's good. We might have had one here too, actually. I thought I saw something, but maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. I think there's a chance of them today also, but there was a chance of them yesterday too. I don't think that happened. Lightning on the Upper East Side. Very, very frightening. Sailors Snug Harbor, the same organization that built the 83-acre cultural center on Staten Island, did Washington News. Or it was owned by them. Interesting. Manetta Tavern. Lots of restaurant and nightlife goes on over here. Ooh. Actually, Saigon Shack, that's a good spot. Great food at Saigon Shack. They have an interesting setup though. They don't take credit card like at the tables, you have to pay in cash, but they'll let you order on DoorDash, I think it is, but like as if you're in the restaurant, you can order that way and they'll bring it to your table too if you don't have cash. It's interesting. I don't know that I've personally ever seen it done that way before, but that's all. That's all I had to say there. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Really? You have that there a lot? That's interesting. Auntie Wolfie got a recent membership. You joined the club of wondering what it really means. At least you could see a couple of piano videos, I guess. Denise, good morning. I don't like cash anyway, personally. Oh, there's pickleball. How many nets are set up? I feel like if your limbs are long enough and you're playing doubles, you probably don't even have to move very much. You can probably stand in one spot if you have very long arms in doubles. Ah, the safe way. 13 seconds. I'll make it to the middle, but then I think I'm gonna get stuck. All right, we'll just get stuck in the middle of Houston Street. I could run, but I think I'll just wait. They got benches here too, it's nice. This is English ivy. This is what used to fill up all of Chinatown's oval. Oh, we could just go. There's nobody coming. Alexandra Tootle, good morning. That's true, Bagels and Walks, Sean. Though, most of them do now have Venmo QR codes or names or something posted. Meters of running is 1 bucket of sweat. In this weather and humidity, yes. Virtual doorman button. Emma, you too. Oscar, good morning. Ooh, Raku. Yeah, tap and pay, true. Even the fruit stands that take cash only have Venmo as an option now. Marcine looking for old buildings and hidden places. Prince Ice, we're on your street. No idea, Peter. I mean, that news about Manhattan sinking, it's like sinking at a very slow rate, apparently. I don't know how long it would take to be a problem. Yeah, I have no idea. They're putting QR codes on donation dogs at the supermarket? That's clever. Exactly 352 years to sink. Well, I guess it won't be my problem unless they figure out anti-aging. Is Oksana Bayul here? Loomis, good morning. NY Rubin is here, but in the wrong state of mind. I'm in the right state in the country. Mexico City really is sinking. Well, Mexico City has a high altitude, right? So it's got some room. I don't know if it works that way, but you know. That taxi turned down a red in a very precarious position. Marcine's from Poland. Isn't there a really good YouTube guitarist with a similar name? Maybe I'm missing it. I apologize if I completely got it wrong, too. Yes, Oksana Bayul is a figure skater, right. Oh, one of those 90s famous names. Google's really pushing their Pixel Fold. Galaxy Fold 5 just got announced with almost no difference compared to last year's model. Well, I think there's been some improvements in the hinge, supposedly. Noah says Mexico City was built over a lake. You could be wrong about it. DC is built on a swamp. So is Disney World, right? Lawrence wants to know when you can fold the iPhone. I'm sure Apple's going to do something with it. But it's like when other companies like Google and Samsung release foldables, it's not like in its most refined state. I feel like when Apple finally steals a feature from Android, they're not going to put it out until they're comfortable with it being like sufficiently good. So I'm sure they're working on something, but it's got to be something that works for them and their design language and reputation. This Jake, I should be going there next year, I think. Neural has difficulty keeping one screen clean, never mind two. Well, the good thing is, I guess if it's folded, the inside one should be relatively protected from having to be cleaned too much, especially with the newer designs that don't have that gap. Because a lot of the old ones, when you folded it in half, it still had the gap, so stuff gets inside. But now there's more of a seal. I don't think it's a full seal, but at least it's better than that like little teardrop gap. It still uses that teardrop technology in the foldable screen to not make it very make the creases bad, but it's still not perfect. I'm just anxious about moving, like with a young kid around who always grabs things from you and like can find a phone sitting on the table. Anything with moving parts makes me nervous. Maybe this Jake, I might figure something out. This guy was not supposed to do that, but all right. I got my commentary about how people should drive or ride their bikes. The phones I miss the most are the Galaxy Note series. So I'm kind of glad they combined them with the highest end S series now. But I'm also so much more into the Google version of the Android now. I mean, Google makes Android, but they don't have an additional skin on top of it like Samsung might, but still. Forrest misses the old school handlines. It's kind of funny, Baby Commuter has oh gosh, that truck is squeezing through. Baby Commuter now has a first imaginary friend, I think, or imaginary something. She calls it Noonie, and sometimes we got her a little toy phone. She'll call Noonie sometimes. Hi Noonie, how are you? You working? Okay, bye Noonie. Yeah, Ambrose, probably something that I should be able to see, but I can't. Yeah, I don't like Samsung's camera. I think it over saturates the image personally. I prefer Google's processing. And that's one of the reasons I won't go back to a Samsung phone, also because of the shutter lag. Samsung phones have a notorious shutter lag when you press it. So if you're taking an action shot of a child, for example, they're going to be more blurry than they are in a Pixel or an iPhone. No, she's pretty clear when she's talking about a grandparent. So I don't know. Anyway, either way, she seems like she's having a good time. Interesting, Andy. Yeah, pretty much no new phone is going to have SD cards, at least not the big flagships anyway. A lot of those other phones that aren't from the big names might have them still. Grandma has a pet, so she interacts with a dog a lot. You know what the coolest phone, I think, one of the coolest phones was, that I don't think ever really made a big hit, was the Yoda phone. Because it was a regular phone with an e-ink screen on the back, which is kind of nice. So if you actually are a big book reader and you prefer reading on something that's closer to paper, e-ink screens are kind of a good middle ground. And that was a cool concept. A pet insect, maybe like a praying mantis. Best phone ever is the Pi phone. I don't know if I remember that one, at least not off the top of my head. The Nothing phone is making its rounds right now. Nothing phone 2. Okay. We're gonna have to wait for a little bit here. Katyani, good morning. Oh, where put your phone? I mean, no harm. Well, this is an unfortunate situation, but it should be cleared up soon. Wait, you feed the... I don't know if anybody feeds their pet insects ladybugs. I thought ladybugs are beneficial to gardens. Like you could buy a bag of ladybugs to release in your garden, apparently. Neville, good morning. Ron is having difficulty taking an emotion support crocodile on a plane. You know what? That's unfortunate. You should not have to run into difficulty with that emotional support crocodile. Maybe that's something that Narelle could switch her shift to, training service crocodiles. Imagine actually certifying one of those. Hey, Rumcheck 75, Adam is here. Got some lyrics for us. Why can't I recognize the song? What is wrong with me? But also, good morning. 0 seconds. 800-588-2300 Empire. Today. We'll take a look at the bean from across the street. Jason Alexander was a male ladybug in A Bug's Life. Nice. I haven't seen A Bug's Life in a long time. Rockin' Cuisine at Terra Kitchen here on the left. There's the bean under construction. Chicago's version of it, anyway. That's all we get today. Well, it's not under construction itself, it's just covered in scaffolding. But didn't they just build that building? I don't know what they're doing, unless they're cleaning windows and they were forced to put up protection. And I'm wearing 2 layers right now. The outer is my clothes, the inner is just a layer of sweat. To, I think, outside the box. I try to remind myself to. Like when you're considering a problem or a concept, try to take a step back. Like take yourself out of it, so you can look at it from a different perspective. It's not a very easy thing to really do conceptually, but I feel like it's a good exercise. I mean, technically speaking, Adam, probably. Realistically speaking, I would suggest not to. Back on Broadway, the famous YouTube creator building is over there. That's a good thing, Ron. Don't do it. Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen too many fire trucks on the street, which is also a good thing. You know, that means there haven't been that many fires during our streams. Oh, I don't know actually, Taxi. Yeah, there was that crane collapse. Was that Wednesday? I saw the videos after. Biggs and Walk Sean sent me something that was quite terrifying. Reminds me of the time I actually witnessed an air conditioner fall. Well, actually, I saw an air conditioner falling twice onto the street. One was a residential, like a Friedrich, and one was a commercial grade, like the size of a shipping container air conditioner that was being placed on a roof, but something broke and it just snapped and fell down the side of the building. It was on Madison Avenue. It was like on 30-something Street in Madison. You could probably find that one too in the news. I don't think anyone was hurt, which is good, but it was scary looking. Lafayette Street. Nobody coming, so we'll go. Plus we got the light now. Oh yeah, Seinfeld had an air conditioner fall out thanks to Kramer's installation. Installed. 16 tons of concrete fell from that crane. Wow. That's pretty wild. 16 tons of concrete. Dirk, good morning. Well, in a Michael Bay movie, as soon as the stuff hit the ground, there'll probably be like a gigantic, over-exaggerated explosion. Sweat just got in my eye. You know what else scares me if I think too much about it? In the winter, when you're walking in the city and there was like a big storm with ice and stuff that forms on the buildings, having some of that fall on you. Don't think about that too much. God, sun. All right, we're going to keep making our way towards Seward Park. It's not going to be as long as the usual commute stream, I don't think. Arcade Action Ace. Are people really getting giant emojis? I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't see any of that because I'm on Prism. That's right, so in your perspective is really important. Like in the grand scheme of things, we're so comically small in the grand vastness of the universe. It's just, it kind of really gives you some perspective. Like whatever we're doing right now on this planet Earth has zero significance to something 10 billion light years away. Like, it couldn't be any less significant. or any more insignificant. It's funny how the English language works. I guess you could do this in all languages, but interesting. Yeah, just listen to Carl Sagan talk about it. It's always a fun thing to listen. Oh, my electric bill already came, and it's awful. I don't even want to tell you how much it was. And I know Con Edison sent us some email saying, be careful. Don't be surprised. Don't use your air conditioner too much. It's going to be high. But still, this is too much. Somebody stole a city bike.
That's
$45, Coila, wow. Yeah, mine was much more than that. It's time to go back to that, Rick. Yeah, they said, use your electricity sparingly because rates are going up. The bills are going to be high, but not this high. The city bikes, yeah, they have to be returned back to the rack. They're supposed to know who the last person who took it out was. It's in the app or whatever. And if you don't put them back, there's a substantial fine, I think, if it's linked to you as the person who didn't re-rack it properly. So sometimes I wonder if people look for poorly racked bikes and they just tug on them, see if they can get them out. Ambrose knows the exact prices from experience. I'm just kidding. Farhan, good morning. To 300 Empire today. What's the deal with bills? Yeah, I want to move back to Chinatown or Tudor City, where the electricity is somehow subsidized and you don't have to pay extra for it. Back to Kitty City. That was the place to be. All my bulbs are Philips Hue bulbs. Every light I have at home is an LED. I'm not going to cross until I know the light is in my favor. Well, the red light is hit here. That's why I crossed this way. But now I'm going to see what happens here. Nobody's moving yet, so I'm just going to go. Because this light is always a little bit weird. So we're back to Kitty City. Oh, the meow meows. Does anybody know what theme song I was singing? What opening to what show? Okay, Peter's got some things for us. Milk chocolate. Whoa. Milk chocolate cheesecake hamburger chili dog for all those national days. Wow. Neville knew it. Aren't they redoing that X-Men show or something? Didn't I hear something around that? Maybe not. Other folks got buffers too. I don't know what happened. Well, I think we're back to normal. Oh, I walked myself back into the sun. I should stay on the right side of the sidewalk. Sing like Aaron Neville. I don't know if I can do that. And the chat repeated itself? Odd. Victor Karaliev, good morning. Доброе утро. Car horn was a B flat. Oh, we got perfect pitch, huh? There was a good interview. I forget the name of the YouTuber, Levi Clay, I think it was. He interviewed Frank Tedesco. It's a great insight into how someone like Frank does their by ear playing. Actually, E flat. Oh boy. That's the Manhattan Bridge with its noise. Frank Tedesco is like the next breed of any good restaurants? Probably not. They get Domino's. Anyone recently used that Domino's 3 for $5.99 each coupon? Because I feel like it doesn't always work right. Nathan's hot. Yeah, some people are able to train themselves to actually remember the sound, the tone of one specific pitch, and can then use relative pitch to find out the actual note. Yeah, if you give me a starting point, I can tell you the note. Perfect pitch is like you could tell when a note by itself is out of tune because you know what it should be. It's like as obvious as red is red to somebody with perfect pitch. It's an interesting. It's like crazy to think about as somebody who doesn't have it. It's perfect pitch. 3 strikes. All right. Yeah, hitting a note. Yes, by being able to identify what a note is on the first try without any other sounds, like identification-wise, that's perfect pitch. Yes. Jacob Collier did a very good example of it, where he showed a piano is out of tune by playing a major chord, but he sang with the middle. He played the 5th interval, and then he sang what the third should be, the major third, and then played it on the piano, and it was out of tune. Of course, people would say, "Oh, maybe he was off tune." No, we know he has perfect pitch. Steve Smith, good morning. Ah, the sit-down Pizza Hut. Those are good old days. Our favorite Pizza Hut was a combination Pizza Hut KFC right on the corner of 21st and 2nd. It then became a medical building, and now it's a very fancy looking apartment building. 5 and 10,000 at perfect pitch. Amazing. And Narelle has the perfect pitch, always making the sales. 812, not too bad. All the live long day, Adam. I was thinking of getting 807 live, love, laugh posters. I see cars turning onto the street. It is not time for me to go. And I sweat to myself. I think we can go now. Yep, see, the light just changed. I anticipated it. That swanky laxer sounds like some sort of synesthesia level stuff. I don't know. That needs to be on America's Got Talent. Oh yeah, Togo's here. It's like when you're ordering at a restaurant, they ask if you want it to stay. No, you want it Togo. Dirk, appreciate the membership. You know, let's sit by Togo today. I think my little picnic area is used up right now because of the later than usual arrival time here. And that way we can sit right by Togo. Let's go wide. Edric, good morning. Yeah, hospitals are like expensive hotels without like the good food or the better food. Narelle's grumpy at the like situation. Togo is reenacting the scene from Jackass where they like drank laxatives and tried to run at full speed and then let the laxatives do their thing. So next week. We're not fully back to normal next week. Monday is the day that Mrs. Commuter comes back. So Monday morning I still have to do drop-off. So depending on how I feel, I may or may not stream on Monday, but it'll probably have to be over the noisy bridge. And it also depends on when baby Commuter agrees to go to school. I mean, I get her out of the house as early as I can, but if I wake her up rather than letting her wake up, it's a much harder time for everyone. Oh, I'm glad to hear she finally got it, and it sounds like she's in the recovery status if she's able to complain about the food. That's good. Well, hopefully this does help in terms of her discomforts that she was having before. What is that flying? Hold on. It's not landing. What is that? Can you tell? Can you see it? Oh shoot. What was that? I don't know where it went. Oh, I just realized I'm on wide angle mode, so you probably could not see a bug flying. Oh well. Oh, we're almost 300. It's Narelle's Friday night. She needs to see those 300 likes show up on the stream. This is Seward Park. Oh, I should rewatch The Cable Guy. It's been a while. Anyway, yes, I hope the recovery for Elaine is swift and meaningful and successful, and she can get out of there ASAP. But everyone, thanks for coming in today. I always appreciate your support, donating your time, spending it with us. Donations are always welcomed but not expected and are above and beyond. So thank you. Thank you, members, PayPal, Patreon. Welcome new members. Oh, we hit the 300. We hit the 300 like mark. Thanks, folks. We did it. Thank you for getting us there. Subscribers, thank you. Non-subscribers, thank you. Thanks for the thumbs. If you haven't already, think about both of those. Maybe home on Monday. All right, nice. Yeah, otherwise they would have to consider like a short-term rehab stay or something like that. I don't know the equivalents of those in Australia, but hopefully you don't have to consider that. And of course, thanks to the bots. That is fortunate, Dave. Hey, and Narelle gifted a membership for a 300 like goal, and it was Pushkar, the busy man himself. Thanks, Narelle. Welcome, Pushkar. Sue also gifted a membership to Bebe Marian Costura. Thank you, Sue. And welcome, Bebe Marian Costura. By the way, I always forget to mention this, but I do sometimes receive PayPal donations in between streams, and I know Bebe Marian Costura has donated that way in the past, so thank you for those, and welcome to the Wonder What This Means membership. Truck's a little quiet. Anyway, thanks again, everyone, for joining today. That's 8:20. Let me get moving, get my Friday done and behind me, so I can relax for the weekend. Get it started as early as possible. So have a great rest of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if we do stream Monday, it'll be again at a little later time, even later than usual Mondays, but let's see how things play out. I'm not yet sure, but we'll see. Anyway, until we see each other again,